Thank you very much. 12 days into my administration, I did not want to be having a press conference about snow, but here I am today. I want to thank you all for being here. I just finished a great meeting with the snow team, and we're discussing the latest developments and our preparation plans here in the city of Boston. We're expecting about 8 to 10 inches of snow tonight into tomorrow. The forecast has changed slightly, so now we're expecting the snow to begin a little earlier. We are ready. We have a good plan in place, and I'm taking the following actions. In anticipation of a difficult evening commute, the Boston Police will be assisting us in helping our school buses get home this evening. Our crews have started pre-treatment on the roads at 1 p.m. this afternoon. For the evening commute, there'll be more than 400 pieces of equipment on the streets, and tonight we'll have more than 500 pieces of equipment on the streets later in the night. A snow emergency and a parking ban will go into effect as of 6 p.m. tonight. Boston Public School will be closed tomorrow, and after-school program activities today will be closed this afternoon. The Boston Centers for Youth and Families will open 4 centers starting at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow, regionally for our children over the age of 7. And we're activating the city shelter network to help the homeless get off the streets and get into shelters during this very cold weather. It's going to be very cold tonight. I would also like to ask the public to keep an eye out if you see folks out there to call 911 to let us know. I'm asking for public cooperation and urging everyone to please take public transportation if you're coming into Boston tonight or tomorrow. With cold temperatures, it's important that the city crews can get to close to the curbs as possible and clean the snow overnight and into the morning. So the snow emergency, we will be towing cars off the street if you do not move them after 8 o'clock tonight. I also want to remind residents about the dangers of carbon monoxide. When you're shoveling out your car tomorrow, please make sure you clean all of the snow around your muffler before you start your car. If you have any questions or concerns, please call our 24-hour hotline number, 635-4500. We'll have additional staff on hand to answer any questions. I'd also like to ask everyone to make sure you check on your elderly neighbors, help shovel their sidewalks, and also anyone that is incapacitated in their home, make sure you check on them tonight and tomorrow because of the cold weather. I'd also like to ask people to make sure that you shovel out the hydrants in front of your houses and make sure the crosswalks are shoveled out if we can't get to them. It's extremely important to do that. Like I said, we're expecting significant snowfall tonight and tomorrow. Our city is prepared. Our crews are ready. I just ask you once again for all the public's cooperation so that we can get our crews out there to help clean up the streets. Thank you, and I'll take a few questions if anyone has any questions.
Mayor Walsh, as the new mayor, how important is it that you manage a snowstorm well? And I got to ask, did you ask me for any advice?
Not today. We had the mock rehearsal about a month ago, which was very helpful, actually. Today, the meeting went pretty much the same. Everyone, Renee Fielding, who's here, ran the meeting and really has it down to a science, asking all the departments the different pieces to what they're responsible for. It was really, it was just like the mock, and it went well. Hopefully now tomorrow, you're not here saying to me what happened today.
Mayor, are you doing anything different in terms of removing snow than Mayor Levine did?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's a pretty good system in place that the mayor had, and we're keeping it in line. I mean, I think as we get further along in this, the technology will change and probably a lot more use of GPS and as far as plowing the streets. But as of right now, it's pretty much what we had in the last snowstorm in December.
Mr. Mayor, there's that old Boston tradition of leaving cones and mannequins and anything else in the street once you shovel it.
Yes.
I'm wondering how you might enforce this notion of 2 days or 3 days, or basically not leaving it there permanently.
We're going to take it storm-by-storm basis. I mean, tomorrow morning, if people shovel out their spot and they put the cone in the spot, I mean, certainly somebody can come and move the cone, but, we're not going to be removing the cones on, what's today? Today's Tuesday, on Wednesday. So we're going to give it a couple days.
You had canceled a trip, or at least delayed a trip to Washington.
Canceled my trip.
Canceled your trip. Yeah. Can you just talk a little bit about, when you decided to do that and why?
It's important to be here. I mean, it's important to be here, during a snowstorm, particularly of potentially this magnitude. A lot can happen. We're letting, our students aren't going to be in school tomorrow. We're closing school down. We're closing after-school programs today. We have the full team out on the street. We're going to have, 500 pieces of equipment on the street tonight. It's important for me to be in the city of Boston during this time. And, if something goes wrong, I need to be here for it. And so what I did to just play it safe, I just canceled the entire trip.
So you don't renege on your end of the wager here?
Well, I view that. I view that as, I lived up to the end of the wager. I said that I'd wear it at a session down at the conference, and we have a snow emergency here in the city of Boston, and my job comes first, and I lived up to my promise.
You're going to be in a Broncos jersey tomorrow?
Absolutely not.
How about the supply of sand and salt? Is the city, and your budget for that as well, is the city doing okay with that? or-
Yeah, we have plenty of salt. I think we're at 85% capacity. Commissioner Denny had mentioned in the meeting today, and we have another delivery coming tomorrow. So we have plenty of salt, plenty of sand. And I, as a new mayor, I haven't even decided to look at the budget yet. I know that we have to get the streets down to the bone, and we'll figure out the budget as we move on. All right, thank you. Thank you.